Hello traders, welcome to this session 124. In today's session I'll be reviewing a number of live trades taken on both the RTY and on the NQ, and we'll actually I've actually got a live trade on right now that we may even cross over to. Now I'm short on the NQ, so I'll be going through quite a few trades that I've taken. Let's see, we're going to get a bounce here. Traders, let me just quickly show you this here. I just jumped on it because I just saw a golden opportunity here. I've got a 16 tick stop with a 20 tick target here, so I'm short 8 contracts. So should be a good for members watching this. This is and actually for everyone watching this is what I call a T10 entry. Now this could take it's during the Globex session, so this may take 10 or 15 minutes, who knows. So let me just go back to the PowerPoint and we'll cross back over. So let me just adjust my stop. I want to be 1 tick just above that little swing high. Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to session 124. In today's session I'll be playing back some live recorded trades, some from my own personal trading and some from running my live trading room. I think we had 5 wins out of 6, so we'll quickly review those trades so you can get to see exactly what I'm looking for when I'm trading. In fact, I've got a live trade on right now. We'll just see how we go with that. I'm short 8 contracts on the NQ at the moment. Let's see now, $1,000 a day is a challenge. By the way, my videos are raw, real and unedited. Okay, so if I jump around a little bit, you'll have to excuse me. Look, I've just got to show you this trade I've got on right now. Here we are. So I'm now at break even. So let me just come on, get down a few more ticks. So in this particular case I had a 16 tick stop with a 20 tick target. Now down here is the low of day, so don't be surprised if we travel through my stop and we then continue on the way down, or of course it could come up and stop me out. Now I'm at break even plus 3 ticks, so I won't lose any money on this one, but as you could probably see a few minutes ago, I was well and truly in the green, so I could lock a few more ticks in. Look, I might even do that. Now the risk with this is when you bring your stop down too tight, because quite often the market will come down, swing back up, come back down. The market sort of breathes in and out, as we can see over here. So you go to break even too early, and what can happen is it comes up, stops you out, and then continues. Now when I say I go to break even, that's my entry price, plus on this particular time frame, this is a 6-3 Renko on the NQ. I'll go to break even plus 3 ticks to cover any commission. Here I've locked in, what's that, I think I've got 6 ticks locked in just here. Now as I mentioned, we've got a very good chance. Let me just expand this. We've got a very good chance here, traders, of coming down and retesting this low. So this is the low of the trading session. So we've just rolled over. This is at Central Standard Time, a bit after 12:30 in the morning. It's we're heading towards the London Open very soon, and down under an Australia Ryan base, this is perfect timing for me. Perfect time. It's 4:40 in the afternoon. But with this market, as you'll see with the trends, you can trade this. Say if you have a job, you get home at 6 p.m. and Eastern Standard Time, you can start trading. You've got what we call the Globex session. Now it's going to be a little hard, like on the NQ. In this case, I'm trading 8 contracts. It's difficult when you go and trade 40 or 50, and the reason being we just don't have the volume. Now just there was 52 contracts traded on the exit there, so we're getting some volume coming through here. Like on that top one there was 50, on that top one there was 48, 19, but now we're heading towards over 79 over here. Contracts are traded in that candle, but as I mentioned, just note this low. Now where I would re-enter this is if I get a retracement, a pullback, and get another bounce. Now see the arrows up here? That's my turning point indicator there, here. So I'll have trade entries anywhere where I can get a retracement. Now you do ideally want to be trading with the trend. Okay, so here we start the trend starting to go against us. Mind you, for members watching it, you did have a bet the farm just here, which I wasn't in, and that was a T10. So I've got a whole host of different setups. I've been trading now for 28 years, traders, and we should get back to the PowerPoint here. I've been trading now for 28 years, always looking for, is there a better way to trade? And so I'm a researcher, and I've got 14 or 15 different setups that I trade. However, the great news is you only need to be trading a couple of them to have a full-time income day trader. I'm going to show you some of those, like the T10 I just showed you there. That's a classic trade entry, but you can have that as a counter trend trade or a with trend trade. So I have put up a disclaimer: there is a risk in trading. Don't trade with money that you can't afford to lose. And now, because of that, I'm running behind time. Traders, very quick advertisement: if you haven't already downloaded my training manual, you can go down below, click on the description link below. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Better still, become a member. Everything I'm showing you here, all of my setups, 38 PowerPoints, there's literally hundreds of videos and training videos are all in for $197. You get the lot, plus whoops, and that's missing. Oh no, here it is right here, sorry. Plus you can attend 8 of my live 2-hour coaching sessions. If you can't attend the live sessions, you can watch. So I'm just watching to see if we get another reversal. If you can't attend the live sessions, you can watch the recordings. Traders, there's nothing else like it out there. So it's massive value. Make no mistake, as I say, this is a $10,000 program, and as you're about to see, you may get an idea. They've got a pretty good idea on how to scalp and day trade the markets. Now, if you haven't seen my videos, I talk about this all the time. I want to get in, get out, get paid. That's what scalping does. Small targets, and so many traders, they keep failing, but they've got these massive goals. They're undercapitalized and they keep getting stopped out. So to earn $5,000 a week, for an example, is a life changer. That's only 10 contracts by $100 a day per lot, or 5 contracts by $200. This is extremely realistic trading, and this is the reality of trading. This is real. You can do this at this level. Can you earn $500-600 a day per contract? Absolutely, but it's not realistic for 99% of the traders. Now I want to get in, get out, get paid as oh sorry, I'm losing my spot here. I'm in a bit of a hurry. I've got to take my daughter somewhere very soon. So traders, stop looking for reasons, by the way, why these trades won't work. I want you to look at the logic why they work. You'll see here that I've got fantastic divergence trades I trade, and I'll explain those to you, and trend following trades. So I'm trading both reversals and trend following. Now the logic is so damn sound. I'm trading in the direction of the overall trend. Okay, so except when I get to a reversal, when we've got major divergence. Now also, another part of my secret sauce is I trade with 2 time frames. That is, I want to trade here, the red line and little green arrows there, that's my entry chart. That's the lower time frame. I'm looking for retracement and trading back in the direction of the higher time frame. And for an example, remember a few minutes ago, now we're going to be, look, we'll go back to this, so I'll take some trades later on, and as you'll see, we get that many of these setups. The challenge is most traders lack patience, focus, discipline, and they just want to get in, and they just want to take any trade. They're not interested in what I call the 80-20 trades. If it's not an 80-20 trade, you don't want to take it. So what we're looking for here is markets that give us great waves and that trends well and a good daily volume. So you can apply what I teach you here to any set of market, whether it be stocks, forex, of course futures, which is what I trade now. I used to trade going back 10 or really 15-20 years ago now, exclusively forex. Now I'm purely on the futures market. I just prefer that now. And also every market has a personality. You get to know the personality of that market. So here's what we're going to be looking at very quickly. We'll look at the M recording. Well, actually I only started recording about here, so this is trading the RTY 3 out of 3, but look at the logic here. I'm rolling over. Notice the gold there. Okay, this is what I call a 3B. See that white line there? That is a higher time frame I'm bouncing off. Then I have a T10, which I've already mentioned to you, which I just fired off on. Now here I had a minimum of an 8-tick stop. If I didn't have that stop, I would have been stopped out of that trade. Okay, so you don't have your stop. Well, actually normally I'd have my stop 1 or 2 ticks under, but I got in very early at an early price here. Normally I wouldn't have been in up till here. Okay, so I got in as soon as I had the T10 set up, left my 8-tick stop come down and test my stop within a tick, then it continued. And I'll talk about front running. Well, actually I may as well mention what front running is now. Front running traders is where I want to get out before everyone else. When we buy into a pivot, so that's a pivot up here. Notice here how we're bouncing off EMAs here, bouncing off a pivot, bouncing off a pivot. These are predictive support resistance areas. We bounce off these every day, but they also become what we call price magnets. That is, we buy and sell into these areas, and what you'll see is I will usually front run or get out just before we hit it. Now what if my entry is very close to a pivot? If I got an entry very close to a pivot, I want to get to break even my entry price plus try to cover the commission, and if I can get through it, fantastic. Okay, then I make money. For an example, here's a pivot and up there was the current day's high. So if I had been able to get through there, it would have been a fantastic target. Then here we had and this was just before then, so this is over 2 days, by the way. So this is just before the live trading room. Here I had a 3 out of 3. I think I had this one right here, just a classic bounce. Here's a typical for members watching it, it's a T3 2D, just a beautiful reversal. Now what I want you to see here, I look for patterns, and we're very good as humans in identifying patterns. Everything I trade is pattern based. I'm just looking for patterns in the market, trending EMAs, EMA bounces, angulation. When I get this angulation, see how price is angling away strongly, that's called angulation. And when I have certain distances, I know I've got a reversal, and a very high probability reversal. Okay, so that was a really nice little trade. But then I went straight after that, we rolled over. I think it was straight after that. Let me just confirm that. Yes, it was straight after that. I then have a live trading room. I run 3 mornings a week or 3 evenings, depends which week it is. And in the live trading room, I only trade 1 contract because I'm talking and trading. And some traders will say, oh, you should be able to continue to trade 8 to 10 in a well, you trade and talk and give instruction and and be answering the chat box and all that sort of thing. Okay, people give me crap all the time, when I say I drop down. Trading is about being focused, right? It's about being focused, and so anyway, here is an example of not being focused. If I make a mistake, I'll tell my traders about it, because this is the only way you truly learn. It's called black box thinking. What can we learn from this? So here, and this is a really dumb trade. It really was. Here I sold straight into a pivot, now it's already on yesterday's high, and I had a pivot just below. An absolute no-no, traders. Anyway, straight after that, then I had another trade entry here, next one. Then I had along there, I got out fairly quickly on that one because of this little swing high here, another one there, and nice little short there. And I didn't take this beautiful double top we had here up at the pivot. By the way, there was another trade entry we could have taken into the pivot, and this is what I mean about when you buy into a pivot. You want to make sure that you either get to break even or you take profits, cover your trade. Now, what sort of money, and seriously, what sort of money do we need to trade this? I'm going to show you the live trades in a moment. Got another 15 minutes I can go. If you don't have $2,500 to $4,000, I'll explain that in a moment. You can start on the micros, and in fact, let me just okay, so you can start on the micro contracts, and let me just manage this here, traders. So starting on the micro, realistically you need $250 as a minimum, $250 to $400. Now if you start on the micro on the RTY, which is the first video I'll show you, if you're trading the 2-tick RTY, which you can trade the whole Globex session, if you trade it during the New York hours, you need to have a 4-tick to trade, and the difference is the size of the bricks of a candles you trade. During the Globex session we can trade a 2-tick because it's so much slower, but during the New York hours it's much faster, so you need to be trading a 4-tick. The difference is $2,500 to trade after hours, or $250 on the micro, compared to $4,000 or $400. But I don't want to get too much into this, but what I want to show you is the power of this. And this is where most traders, they switch off and they wonder why they never make it. But this is how you truly get wealthy trading. So down here, if you don't have the capital, and if you're not going to go with a prop firm, which we've got a ton of my traders are now with prop firms, is down here, $13 a day. Okay, only $13 a day. It's 50 cents a tick. Within 12 weeks you've now got the money there to roll over and to start trading a big contract. Now once you roll over and you're trading the Russell, the YM, the 6A, okay, $125 a day, which is basically the same, 10 times the value. Should have mentioned that a micro contract is 10% of the value of the big contract. Now let me just manage this. Now you may remember a few minutes ago I said about this trade will probably go down and kiss that low. Remember that? Now let me just look, because I want to keep talking here, let me just bring that down here. Normally I'd be actively managing this and not talking because it's too easy. So I'm just waiting for this. No, might have to come back to this. Let me just put that down. Okay, so we'll come back to this trade, traders. The high is 76.75. I can bring my stop down 1 tick. So here I've only got by the way, I've got a 15 tick stop officially, and as I mentioned, I'm going for a bit more than just slightly more than a 20 tick target down the low here. Now of course we could pull right up here, traders, and I could get stopped out. It's about trading is not a game of certainties, it's a game of probabilities. And what I'm looking at doing is trading what I call the 80-20 trades, looking for the best. And this trade here met all of the conditions, okay, of an 80-20 trade. So here I'm looking at exiting just above here this swing low, but we'll come back to this, and who knows, I may get stopped out. And so this is where you've got to learn to think and trade in probabilities of 20. The individual trade, as Mark Douglas, the late Mark Douglas, would say, anything can happen. It's about believing in your strategies and your trade entries, etc., and knowing that over a trade lot of 20 trades that we're going to be right 80% of the time or so. Now of course it can vary, but this is one of these 80-20 trades. I won't go into I'm not going to give you all of the secret sauce. Come and join me and I'll tell you what it is. But let's go back to this, because this is really important, what I was mentioning here. Now down here then, with the micro here, it basically means that within 26 weeks you can be trading the big contract. Now I do have to go back one more. So now I'm just watching this closely because I don't want to do I have a break even on this one? Let me just check. Custom. Yes I did. Okay, I'm safe. All right, so I've got an automatic break even at 16 ticks. So at 16 ticks I'll go to break even +3. So you can see here my swing low. What I didn't show you, in fact, was this just here. Where is that? Now before we go to the charts, it's this slide here I wanted to show you. What we've got to be checking regularly is, look, I am going to go to break even on this trade on another screen, because I've gone to break even +3 ticks, so I can't lose, but unfortunately I've really tightened my stop, because once again I should be really actively managing this. All right, so these are critical, and fortunately now you can these plot automatically on the charts where your pivot levels, which I've spoken about, your prior open, high, low and close levels, your 89 and 200 EMA, your intraday swing highs and lows, and your current day's high and low. Why? These are all price magnets, traders. Okay, so just still managing this here, just that's okay. Price action, we as professional traders, we buy and sell into these levels, but I'll show you that on the recordings in a moment. But what I did want to point out was this. I'm going to show you a couple of trades on the NQ now, on the NQ. With the NQ you can't trade like a 2-tick RTY or YM. You need to trade a minimum of a 4-tick chart, and the reason being the NQ ticks over that wildly and that quickly usually. And so during the Globex session, a 4 to 6, like I was just trading a 6-tick on the NQ, where during the New York hours you'd be trading a 16-tick. So your account size is dependent on the candle size that you're going to be trading in the speed of market. Nearly forgot what I was going to say then. Now here in this particular case, you go with a $4,000 account, just 200 a day. You got the potential there within 12 weeks of earning a 10,000 plus a week, and your account's 46,000. That's a reality of this business. But the secret is, as a scalper, get in, get out, get paid. I like to have a fixed target. I want to get in. Now I will go for larger targets if I'm near a pivot or a major area of support or resistance, but I want to get in, get out, get paid. Now if you're say a young gun or even an older person, you want to go for a $300 a day, look, we are in 8 weeks, 12,000 a week trading just 10 contracts. Now we've just automatically gone the break even here. By the way, see this here, look, so we're now at break even. We're trending now. Remember what I said to you about, let me just bring that up. There we go. So now we're filled. Now it runs away. Okay, so here traders, remember over here I said ideally we'd be targeting the pivot, and look what we've come down to, and now hit that. Okay, now I'm up $1,773 on 8 contracts. Okay, now what can you tell about those trades? I was trading in the direction of the trend. I knew exactly where my targets were. Okay, now that's that. But let me now quickly I think we're running out of time. Let me do this. Let me just play this one here first of all. This is on the RTY. Now it already executed a T10 up here, and I had a 3B here. Now I then got a setup just here, and what was I? And here I was looking at front running up to the pivot. That's right. So I've entered here. Now see, I've just fast forwarded this a little bit. Now I've gone up there, and you can see there the pivot. So I've just stopped and paused the video. Now, as I mentioned, if I hadn't have kept my 8-tick stop here, I would have been, or kept an 8-tick stop, I would have been stopped on this one here, and then I had a re-entry there. If I missed that one, I had a re-entry here. Now I want you to notice the white paint bars and the arrows just there. Okay, so what happens from here on in? I can't remember. 3 out of 3. Okay, minimum of 8-tick stop. Now generally, by the way, with this, normally I have a 10-tick stop loss. Now let me explain why a 10-tick stop loss. Remember a few minutes ago I said if you're trading the RTY, you need to be allowing $2,500 per contract traded. The reason for that is you're going to have up to a 10-tick stop loss. This is where so many traders get it wrong. They want to trade with more than a 2% risk. They read all this rubbish that you can trade with 5% and all that sort of thing. Just a great way of blowing your account. I trade at a 1% risk, which also means I can add to a position. As you build your account size, we lower the risk, we don't increase it. Now as a scalper, that also lowers my risk because I'm in and out very quickly. So $2,500 if you're at a 2% risk. If you're trading at a 1% risk, you've got to be allowing $500. Your brokers will say no, you can trade with just $500. That is correct. However, our issue is, of course, if you get stopped out each time and you're losing $50 per trade, $50 per contract you're trading, that's 10% of your capital. Okay, so that's devastating. Let's now have a quick look at this other one I wanted to show you. See this here, this is what we call a T3. Members watching this, as you know, this is a T3 pivot bounce just here. Now this is one of these. You had a T3 over here, by the way, as well. A T3 is a reversal strategy, very mechanical, totally rules based, and we get these every single day. So let me just now pull up the live trading room and look, and then I'm going to wrap this up because I'm running out of time here. Where's the first one? 36 minutes in. Let me just and I've got my voice in my background because this is, just turn that off because this is a recording here from my live trading room which I'm in. So just here I've got a long trade. Okay, and for members watching this is a 2B long. Normally what you'll see me do is scroll down just here to check out what's above, because we want to be knowing what's in front of the trade, and my stop is going to be 1 tick below. Now this is at 5:36 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, so this one here, there's that silly trade I took. Gee, I was cross at myself. right? This is just an absolute classic no-no. I have flat EMAs. I had yesterday's high. I had the R1 midline pivot straight below. uh, and I was trading against the higher. It's just a silly trade. You know what, we all do them sometimes, but that's where we apply black box thinking. What can we learn? Now let me just skip along. So we hit that target. Now you can see there just up above we've got a pivot, and I'm explaining this to members in the live trading room, where to take the next trade here. And just here we just had another classic entry, and I'm just telling them we want to be careful here of this swing high. Now you'll actually sometimes see me get out a little bit too early because I'm very cautious. Then if I've got divergence, see here I've marked up I've got divergence and I've got a swing high, I'll quite often just take profits at the swing and exit the trade early. Now this is the 6-3 as well. I'm just checking out the anchor chart now. The 6-3 means that every one of these steps here is $30. Okay, so it doesn't take long before it really mounts up when you're trading this. Okay, now you can see here I've gone to break even. I've still got my target, and I'm pointing out this swing. Now what can be a bummer sometimes is it comes back, stops me out. I think I pretty much mentioned that, and then continues. But you know what, traders, that is trading. But traders, with that also, and you can see there I got out, stopped out there, and when I say stopped, I went to break even, and over here I would have had another one fairly soon over here. Where is this here? And I had another trade over here. For members watching this was a bet the farm. Okay, so we had a classic bet the farm, and I got out here because we had some sort of resistance. I'm looking at the anchor chart here and see that there. So I decided to get out. But traders, I do have to finish up. So traders, we've covered a great deal in this particular session, and what made it a little and hopefully interesting was that I had a couple of live trades to show you, and we just missed out on another one. And this is what I mean about being focused. You had one right there. Okay, now see here we are. This is what we call our classic 2B entry. Now you may be saying, well look, Ray, you mentioned about the arrows. You got an arrow there, why aren't you going short? Why are you saying you go short there? Let me show you the anchor chart. See on my anchor chart just here, see how down here I had the anchor chart candle close. That did not close till down here. It's hard for you to see, there's a little tail there. So what I'll do with a deeper pullback, one of my little trade secrets is to check your anchor chart, and because that'll tell you whether or not you should be taking the trade. But you know what's an easy rule to follow. By the way, the black dots are called the rule of one. That's the turning point indicator, my arrows there, and I've turned the super scalper off in this particular case. Now we would have just wrapped up now if we had taken that trade, and that is just a plain vanilla 2B, by the way. Now notice here we're bouncing at the pivot. Now we may still get through because we love to retest the lows twice. So anyway, we shall see. So bottom line is, traders, come and join me. $197. You get everything I'm showing, all of the setups. There's dozens of videos and all of that sort of thing, but once again you only need to focus on a couple of my setups, the trend following ones, actually the ones I've been trading just here. That's all you need. So thanks, traders. See you in the trade room. Cheers.